From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Diego Gallegos.
And I'm News22. A Las Cruces man with prior felony conviction is facing 40 years in prison if he's convicted of those charges, including fentanyl trafficking and multiple firearm offenses.
On July 5th, 2025, Kenneth Manuel Aguirre allegedly pointed a handgun at 3 people outside his Las Cruces residence. Deputies found a handgun and suspected fentanyl in his vehicle and a rifle in his residence. On August 13th, he allegedly had more than 40 grams of fentanyl and carried a firearm in a trafficking crime. He will remain in custody while awaiting trial. And the family of a man who died in the East Montana ICE facility in El Paso wants better oversight at the facility.
Victor Manuel Diaz died there on January 14th, and federal authorities said it was suicide. But the Army did not let the El Paso medical examiner do the autopsy, even though they were obligated to do so. The family said he was a good man, simply in the country to work. They expected he would quickly be deported back to Nicaragua. The family says detainees deserve to be treated decently so that their loved ones will be, again, one day see them in this world.
Well, guys, it's March. It's still hot, and I'm really starting to get worried about the summer at this point.
Me too.
Yeah, it's looking pretty hot, but I can tell you a little bit more now. Sunny skies right now in Las Cruces with the temperature at a nice 84 degrees. The wind at 14 miles per hour and the humidity at 4%. The dew point at 5 degrees and the barometer at 29.65 and falling. Today we had a record-breaking high of 94 degrees, a far cry above that average of 73. The low for tonight will be 56 degrees. Now back in 2022, the record high was 87 degrees, but that's broken today. And in 1963, a low of 27 degrees. No rain for today, leaving that yearly rainfall at just under 2 inches. That's all for your first look. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Sam. Statistics show New Mexico may not be the best place to start a business.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics shows New Mexico ranks 41st nationally in the 5-star business survival rates. Only 48.6% of business forms in 2019 were still operating in 2024. Part of the problem could be New Mexico roads. Federal data shows only 67% of the state's roads are in acceptable condition. That means New Mexico is in 3rd place for bad roads. The worst roads are in Rhode Island, 2nd worst is in Hawaii. NMSU is receiving congressional funding for the College of Health, Education, and Social Transformation.
Senators Martin Heinrich and Ben Ray Lujan worked with the U.S. Senate Committee to approve $480,000 for K-12 curriculum. In addition, the university also received $250,000 for improving bilingual education. NMSU Associate Professor Susanna Ibarra-Johnson will head the bilingual education project, while Professor Dulcinea Lara will work on K-12. And the sidewalks around the Las Cruces Museum courtyard are mostly gray again today.
But 2 weeks ago, local artists created live chalk murals for the community to enjoy. News 22, Catherine Ross, shows us how the event brought creativity to the streets.
The pavement at the Las Cruces Museum courtyard became a lively art scene with artists like Patrice Chavez leading the way. 6 artists were selected to participate, each creating their own design inside a 6x6 foot square on the pavement. Events like the Chalk Walk give local artists like Patrice Chavez the opportunity to share their creativity with the community, while turning ordinary sidewalks into temporary works of art. Patrice has competed in chalk art before and won 3rd place at the NMSU Chalk Art Contest. For her, it was more than just art, it was about connection.
I think that art is something to enjoy and something to gather for, something to unite people instead of divide people. And I really want that to show in my art.
Other artists say connecting with the community is just as important.
Oh, I love it. That's one of the best parts is talking to the people here.
Throughout the day, families, students, and visitors walk through the courtyard, watching the colorful artwork slowly take shape. By the end of the afternoon, Patrice and other artists had turned the courtyard into an outdoor gallery. Patrice Chavez created a portrait of a woman to symbolize unity, a message she hopes to bring people together even after the art is gone. Caitlin Ross, News 22.
Stay tuned, Sam will be back with your national weather forecast.
This week on KRWG's Music Spotlight.
Mostly my songs are God driven, you know, introspection.
I know what mercy looks like. I know how it feels to be loved.
Saturday at 10 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome back to our sewing room for the 4700 series of Love of Quilting. These new episodes are packed with fresh skills and inspiring projects, from bold, large-scale patchwork to quick and satisfying small designs. Let's explore new and creative techniques like using a compensation plate for bulky seams, couching yarn to embellish, and even dyeing quilts with indigo. From piecing and quilting to our beloved viewer tips, stitch along with us on this season of Love of Quilting.
Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
And Sam is next with the National Weather Forecast.
Thank you, Diego. So we're seeing storms in the Midwest, severe thunderstorms developing tonight, fueled by this heat wave that we've been experiencing. Potential thunderstorms, large hail, possibly the size as baseballs, strong wind gusts, and localized flash floods, possibly stretching from Missouri to Pennsylvania. Now, in my next map, in my other map, sorry. All right, so we're seeing a historic heat wave bringing record-breaking temperatures across the U.S. But it's not just Las Cruces feeling the heat. Several cities, actually 180 cities, have seen broken records for heat this week in this March heat wave, including triple digits in Arizona. Now, will we see any relief from these heat waves? You can see in my other map. Now, a cold front from the north will be coming in, bringing cooler temperatures across the country. We'll definitely be feeling that in Las Cruces as well tomorrow. But this relief will be short-lived, as those hot temperatures will be back across the weekend. That's all for your national forecast. I'll be back with your local temperatures after the break.
I'm Samantha Brown, and I'm always looking to find the destinations, the experiences, and most importantly, the people who make us feel like we're really a part of a place. That's why I have a love of travel, and why these are my places to love.
Saturday at 7 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
The news comes at you so fast that sometimes you miss stories that impact you. Enter KRWG's Friday News Wrap. Explore exclusive content, in-depth news, deeper dives into stories, and so much more. Get it delivered to your email by subscribing free at krwg.org. KRWG Public Media, powered by you.
On this season of Patty's Mexican Table, we are in the Yucatan Peninsula. ¡Qué rico! I'm going to take all the things I learned here and put them to use in my kitchen so that you can use them too.
Friday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Welcome back to News 22. I've got your local temperatures right now. In Farmington, 76 degrees. In Santa Fe, 72. In Albuquerque, a nice 82 degrees. In Socorro, 86. In Roswell, 92. And in Las Cruces, 84 degrees right now. Now, looking forward to tomorrow, things will certainly be cooling down as a result of that cold front coming from the north. In Santa Fe, 65 degrees tomorrow. In Albuquerque, 67. In Socorro, 70 degrees tomorrow. In Ruidoso, 51. Things will be cooling down just a little bit in Las Cruces tomorrow at 79 degrees, and in Deming, 81. In Alamogordo tonight, clear skies with a temperature of 57. Tomorrow, a high of 75 and sunny skies. Tonight in Truth or Consequences, a low of 55 degrees with clear skies. Tomorrow, a windy day and a high of 77 degrees. In Silver City, tonight a low of 56. Tomorrow, a high of 79 with sunny skies in Silver City. And finishing off with Las Cruces tonight, a low of 56 and clear skies. Tomorrow, a high of 79 and sunny skies. That's all for your local temperatures, but I'll be back with your 5-day forecast at the end of the show.
And on that note, Myra Rivera is next with sports.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports is the best time of the year, and of course, baseball season. You can toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
Having aired in the U.S. and internationally for over 3 decades, Wailana Yoga helped pioneer the modern-day yoga movement. With her clear and authentic instruction set against spectacular scenic backdrops and uplifting music, Wailana makes yoga easily accessible and enjoyable for people of all backgrounds and experience levels.
Sunday morning at 6:30 on KRWG Public Media.
I'm Michaela Malazzi, and I'm back with a brand new season of Bare Feet, where I continue to connect with the world one dance at a time. Join me for this new season 8 of dance and music adventures from around the world.
Saturday morning at 9:30 on KRWG Public Media.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it! Welcome back. I'm Maya Rivera, and let's talk sports. The Aggies had a hard time trying to keep up with number 22 Arizona State Sun Devils. Steve Solozanos opened the Aggies scoring for the second game in a row with a leadoff of home run as he sent the fourth pitch into the game into the Aggie bullpen in the left field, which led to a short-lived lead for the Aggies, 1-0. After that, an 8-run in the first inning was too hot for the Aggies to handle. The Aggies tried to make a comeback with the help of an error by the Sun Devils defense, as well as an RBI single from Solozano bringing home Camden Kaufman, though the game ended with the Sun Devils winning 10-4, bringing the Aggies down to 11-13 on the season. Aggies are hosting the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers for the 3-game Conference USA Series this weekend. Both teams are tied for third in the CUSA standings at 6-3, and the Aggies are hoping to make a comeback after a loss to FIU 4-2. With FIU's early scoring holding up, the Aggies were not able to push through. The series against the Hilltoppers start on Friday, March 27th at 6 p.m. at NM State Softball Complex, and you could also watch it on ESPN Plus from home. And that's all I have for sport tonight. Join us for more sports action next week. Still ahead on News 22, Sam will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast.
Creating a will, trust, or an estate plan can be expensive, time-consuming, and oftentimes frustrating. KRWG Public Media is pleased to offer our members no-cost access to Giving Docs, whose online tools will help you plan for the people and causes that mean the most to you. Don't put this off any longer and learn more about Giving Docs at krwg.org/legacy. KRWG Public Media, powered by.
We're here in Washington to find out what comes next.
Donald Trump won re-election, promising to reduce illegal immigration.
The Republicans will have a majority. Will that really solve America's migrant crisis?
Not only at home, but around the world.
They're preparing for what might be coming.
Our correspondents give you the full story.
We're now hearing several explosions after an evacuation warning.
For a global perspective, join us on BBC World News America.
Let's take a look at our top stories.
A Las Cruces man with prior felony convictions is facing up to 40 years in prison if convicted on charges including fentanyl trafficking and multiple firearm offenses. The family of a man who died in the East Montana ICE facility in El Paso is advocating for better oversight at the facility. And 2 weeks ago, local artists created live chalk murals for the community to enjoy. And Sam, what's the weather this week looking like?
All right, it's looking like sunny skies this week, ranging from the low 70s to the high 80s. On Friday tomorrow, 79, and a low tomorrow, 74. And that's all for your 5-day.
Not too bad of conditions, I gotta say.
Yes. And that's all for News 22 Thursday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in next week for more news, but don't go too far because Emilia Albornoz is next with Noticias 22 en Español. I'm Diego Gallegos.
And I'm Linda Usueta. And from the whole News 22 team, Diego, Sam, Maya, and myself, have a good night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22. La información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, les saluda Emilia Albornoz, hoy en Noticias 22. Un hombre de Las Cruces con antecedentes graves ha sido causado en un tribunal federal de tráfico de fentanilo y múltiples delitos relacionados con armas de fuego tras supuestamente amenazar a víctimas con una pistola. De acuerdo al FBI, el 5 de julio del año pasado, Kenneth Manuel Aguirre supuestamente apuntó con una pistola a 3 víctimas durante un incidente frente a su residencia en Las Cruces. Aguirre es un delincuente previamente condenado y tiene prohibido poseer armas de fuego. La oficina del sheriff del condado de Doña Ana detuvo a Aguirre y encontró una pistola y sospechosas pastillas de fentanilo en su vehículo, así como un rifle y otros accesorios para armas de fuego en su domicilio. El 13 de agosto del año pasado, Aguirre presuntamente poseía con intención de distribuir más de 40 gramos de fentanilo y portaba un arma de fuego en un delito de trata. Aguirre está acusado de 3 cargos de ser un delincuente en posesión de un arma de fuego y munición, y uno en posesión con intención de distribuir fentanilo y de usar y portar un arma de fuego durante un delito de tráfico de drogas. Permanecerá bajo custodia y mientras espera su juicio, que no está programado todavía. Si es condenado, Aguirre se enfrentará hasta 40 años de prisión. La familia del hombre que murió en la instalación de ICE del este de Montana en El Paso quiere una mejor supervisión en la instalación. Víctor Manuel Díaz falleció allí el 14 de enero y las autoridades federales dijeron que fue un suicidio, pero que el ejército no permitió que el médico forense del Paso realizara la autopsia, aunque estaban obligados a hacerlo. La familia dijo que él era un buen hombre, simplemente en el campo para trabajar. Esperaban que fuera deportado rápidamente de vuelta a Nicaragua. La familia afirma que los detenidos merecen ser tratados con dignidad para que los seres queridos algún día vuelvan a verlos en ese mundo. Las estadísticas muestran que Nuevo México puede no ser el mejor lugar para iniciar un negocio. La Oficina de Estadísticas Laborales muestra que Nuevo México ocupa el puesto 41 a nivel nacional en tasas de supervivencia empresarial a 5 años. Solo el 48,6% de las empresas formadas en 2019 seguían operando en 2024. El problema podría ser las carreteras de Nuevo México. Los datos federales muestran que solo el 67% de las carreteras del estado están en condiciones aceptables. Esto significa que Nuevo México ocupa el 3er lugar en malas carreteras. Esto ha sido todo por mi parte la tarde de hoy. Nos vemos con más noticias la próxima semana.